Welcome, executive team, to today's Explainer. Look, we're diving straight into a really crucial conversation today about navigating the rough seas of unmanaged downtime to aggressively protect your bottom line. Every single minute your machinery sits idle waiting for a part, your operations are literally bleeding capital. So today, we're going to look at a fundamentally different approach, a way to steer the ship with absolute precision using what we call the rolling wave strategy.
I want to start by posing a direct question to you all, the leadership team. Are your mechanics running a workshop or an emergency room? You know, it's a critical distinction, and we really need to challenge the status quo of reactive maintenance. Right now, across so many industries, there are these massive, hidden costs associated with unmanaged downtime. When a machine breaks and it's suddenly pulled offline, you aren't just paying for parts and labor. No, you're paying for lost production, stranded operators, and pure operational chaos.
To fix this, we'll walk through a pretty logical path today. First, we'll hit the paradigm shift, then fueling the engine, followed by the 3 phases of implementation. After that, we'll look at stakeholder alignment, cover a couple of real-world success stories, and wrap up with the adaptability matrix.
All right, Section 1, the paradigm shift. Let's clearly define the core problem that's dragging down profitability right now and look at the elegant solution this strategy proposes.
Okay, the visual contrast here is just night and day. On the left side, the red side, that's the old way, the emergency room. A machine breaks down, it gets rushed in, shoved up on a hoist, and then everyone just waits, right? Mechanics are standing around waiting for parts to be found, the machine sits totally idle. But then look at the right side, the green side. We call this the wave way, or the precision workshop. Here, execution happens the exact second the machine arrives. Why? Because parts are already pre-staged on a trolley. Operations lose 0 unmanaged hours because the fix was planned based on time, not panic.
And this contrast, it really gets to the core business risk we're addressing today. The whole emergency room approach is an absolutely unacceptable financial risk. You're basically reacting to panic and paying highly skilled mechanics to just stand around. But the precision workshop, that guarantees your labor ROI. You get 0 unmanaged hours because you've successfully shifted from reacting to failure to actively scheduling success.
Section 2. Fueling the engine. So how do we actually get from that red zone over to the green zone? Let's take a look.
Now, here's the best part. You don't need some massive, expensive new software to kick this off. The secret to 100% workshop efficiency is literally sitting right in your glove boxes or on clipboards right now. I'm talking about the Daily Vehicle Inspection Remark, the VIR. Over on the left, you've got this raw symptom just scribbled on a page, like weeping oil on cylinder. That tells you what is wrong. But when you run that through the wave function in the middle, that raw symptom transforms into precise output on the right. It tells you exactly when to execute, who is assigned, and which specific parts, like a seal kit O-ring, are actually required. We call this process the wave function. It's basically the intentional process of taking those daily vehicle inspection remarks, that, raw future planning fuel, and using them to proactively schedule repairs. For you in the C-suite looking at the macro level, think of it as a progressive system. It takes long-term operational ambiguity and systematically refines it down into short-term precision.
Section 3, the 3 phases. Let's break down exactly how that refinement happens, step by actionable step.
Think of a ship plotting a course. As a repair approaches today over on the right, the details get sharper and sharper. This is what we call the engine of progressive refinement. Way out on the left in future planning, things are broad, kind of blurry. But by moving a repair through these distinct phases, you're continuously mitigating risk long before a wrench ever touches a bolt.
So here are the 3 clear steps for immediate implementation. Step 1 is Phase 1, the Outlook Wave. This sits about 1 to 2 weeks out, and your focus here is simply aligning schedule and manpower. Step 2 is Phase 2, the Check-in Gate. This hits 48 to 72 hours out and is absolutely crucial. It's the go, no-go physical parts verification. And finally, Step 3 is Phase 3, Execution Day, the Today Zone. The focus here is 100% on high-resolution wrench time with 0 distractions.
Section 4. Stakeholder alignment. Because let's face it, a process is only as strong as the people running it.
As leaders, you need accountability, right? Well, this matrix provides exactly that. It's a beautiful example of cross-departmental synchronization. In that 1 to 2 week time frame, the ops planner takes the lead, scheduling and blocking time to aggressively protect production uptime. Then, at the 48 to 72 hour mark, they hand the baton over to the storekeeper for that go/no-go verification, locking down part certainty. And finally, on execution day, the technician takes over to actually execute the repair, with their focus strictly on wrench time efficiency. Everyone has a clear leadership role. No silos, just seamless handoffs.
Section 5. 2 success stories. It sounds great in theory, for sure, but let's ground this in reality and look at the real-world ROI. Let's look at a routine wear and tear situation on a delivery van. The initial diagnostic from the VIR flagged minor cracks on an alternator belt. Now, instead of instantly pulling the van offline, which causes chaos, the ops planner pushed it to the Outlook Wave and slotted it into a light delivery window for the following Tuesday afternoon. Fast forward to the check-in gate 3 days prior. The storekeeper physically verifies the belt is actually in stock. Come execution day, a junior mechanic swaps the belt in just 20 minutes, right from a pre-staged trolley. Peak delivery hours? Completely unaffected. I mean, that is pure profit protection.
This second case study really highlights risk mitigation and a super crucial near miss. Picture a forklift with a weeping tilt cylinder. The planner decides to sweat the asset for a few days, just topping up the fluid, and schedules the hard repair for Saturday when the warehouse is totally closed. But here's where the system really shines. At the 48-hour check-in gate, the storekeeper uncovers a ghost inventory error, an empty physical bin even though the computer swore they had the part in stock. Because they caught this 48 hours early, they ordered the part locally, it arrived, and the senior specialist executed the repair on Saturday morning as planned. If they didn't have that check-in gate, that forklift would have been stranded in the bay all weekend and well into Monday, causing a massive headache during the work week.
Section 6. The Adaptability Matrix. Let's bring this explainer home by looking at the macro-level impact on your enterprise risk.
If you map your entire fleet's health on this matrix, it reveals a pretty powerful shift. You've got failure risk on the x-axis and operational disruption on the y-axis. The rolling wave strategy continuously pulls your assets out of that top right red zone, the catastrophic, immediate pullover zone. Instead, you're shifting your maintenance down into the green and blue zones, low disruption, scheduled execution. This gives you total visibility into proactive planning versus reactive chaos, ensuring your operation stays highly resilient and consistently profitable.
I want to leave you with this really powerful thought to wrap up today. If your mechanics are standing around waiting for parts after a machine is already on the hoist, you aren't running a workshop, you're running an emergency room. Plan based on inspection remarks, not panic. The framework is right here, and the phases are clear. The real question is, are you ready to stop being battered by the rough seas of reactive panic and start steering with proactive precision? Thanks so much for walking through this explainer with me today.